This game is weird. Well, maybe I shouldn't say weird. More so, this game is just a product of its time. This is a football game from 2002 exclusively released on Microsoft's Xbox, and it looks and plays exactly like I would expect a football game from 2002 exclusively released on Microsoft's Xbox to look and play. This game had to compete during one of the best years in football video games, when Madden 2003 and NFL 2K3 both came out on each major platform of the time, and were both nearing their peaks in terms of quality. NFL FIFA was only on Xbox, only in its third iteration, and unlike other fringe NFL properties of the time, like NFL Blitz 2003 and Backyard Football 2002, it didn't seem to have any draw for football game fans other than just being a good, fun football simulator. And I think this delivers on that in a few aspects. Actual on-field control and gameplay is really mixed. Like, this game does a lot very well and a lot very poorly. It's incredibly boom and bust in that sense. On offense, you'll find yourself in situations that just feel sublime. Launching a deep bomb to a speeding receiver downfield, even just seeing that streaking receiver downfield, and knowing you can potentially get a completion that will turn into a touchdown, it just feels right. Your quarterback always chucks it high in the air, and the ball stays there for way longer than it does in most other games, so you get a good sense of anticipation when the ball's on its descent towards your receiver. The flip side of this is that you don't always want the Daryl LaMonica skyscraper bomb on every play. It's not like Madden where you get real control over your pass speed. This even comes into play on defense, where you'll have time to run over and swat one of those bombs down when it's in midair. Now, the run game is mixed in quality as well. Running with your quarterback is done alright, where you can just click the right stick to get into a running mode, and it actually feels pretty good if you have someone who is mobile. The thing that frustrates me in the running game is the 1 to 3 seconds spent getting across the line of scrimmage. Finding holes in the offensive line is kind of a crapshoot. Trying to get outside, for the most part, is a crapshoot. Once you're about 5 yards past the line, though, this actually feels very good. You have excellent control of your player, especially when you have an open field. It's a little hard to juke guys out, though these spin movies are vociferously overpowered. The feeling of breaking a run, getting past the defense, and being free to sprint to the end zone is there, though. Especially if you can return a kickoff for a touchdown. There's something that just feels free about the running engine in NFL FIFA 2003. However, on defense is where this unquestionably falls short. One aspect of defense is good. When you control a linebacker who is blitzing a quarterback, or any defender who's chasing down a running back, and you actually dive, grab, and tackle them, it feels very good. There's a satisfying little rumble from the old Duke. And the animation for tackling someone is so comical that it'll make you chuckle for a little bit. And I should point out, there's a real style to the animation in this game. There's more personality in it than there is in NFL 2K or in Madden. I like that. It's like a middle ground between the banana pants, crazy town, butterfly, come my lady, come my lady, not so violent action of NFL Blitz and the Johnny Unitas haircut you can set your watch to of Madden. Otherwise, playing defensive line sucks. Any move you'll try will just end with you magnetized back to your offensive lineman, coverage is sloppy, the defensive AI is outright horrible in the zone. It's just frustrating to play this on defense. When you succeed in NFL FIFA 2003, it feels more like an exploit of the game than you succeeding within the rules of the game. It feels like you're cheating when you're doing well, and helpless when you're doing poorly. For every good moment, there's a defeating bad moment, and that really lends to this being more mediocre than good or bad. I had a good time playing it, but I got bored. I stopped playing this on my own accord. That was the big thing. Now, this game is not short of extra features. There's a whole lot of stuff going on with it. A dynasty mode, there's a classic challenge mode, which is sort of like a murderer's row of several historically successful or Super Bowl winning NFL teams, and of course they can't get the likenesses of real players though, so all the numbers are slightly off and none of the players are named. There's like a training camp practice mode, and then there's the ever important blacked out option on the home screen, network play. Oddly enough, I consider NFL FIFA 2003 to be one of the most important video games in recent history. With this game coming out 1 year into the lifespan of the original Xbox, it just sort of happened to fall into place as one of the first games launched with Xbox Live compatibility. It was one of 2 games, along with Whacked, that was available for beta testing in the summer of 2002. In that context, this game is fine. And in any context, I think this game is fine. If you for some reason want to go back and relive the 2002 season in video game form, this is one of your better bets. I would choose either this or NFL 2K3 if I'm playing one today. Criticizing this game the way that I have has been weird. This was one of the first games that I played on my Xbox when I bought it back in early 2003, and it's hard to go back and play this game with a critical eye. It's hard to say that an old football game used to mean something more to me, but NFL Fever 2003 really did at one point. For as mediocre of a simulation as it is, there's still something to be enjoyed in the cartoony style of animation, the weird supplementary stadiums, and just the sense of optimism and fun that went into this game. NFL Fever doesn't take itself too seriously in style, but it falters in slightly too many points on the field for me to unquestionably recommend it today.